team 3. Let us directly go and run a Selenium test for user functions. So the first test case will check all the login validations on the login page. So it's first going to check for the username validation. Next for a password validation. Next again for a password validation. And this time it's going to give a username and password in the correct format and checks the data usage validation. Later it's going to log in as a system user and checks all the links on the user homepage. So it first checked reserve an event link. Next it's going to log in again and check view my event summary link. Later it's going to check view profile link. And the logout link. The next test case will log in as a user and click view profile and checks all the data that is on view profile page with the data that is in the DB, which is independent from the DAO function. On the next test case, it's going to log in and check the request a reservation page, and first comes the duration error because the time exceeds the close time. Next it's going to check the hall name validation with the estimated attendees. Later it's going to only check the estimated attendees. Now it's going to check estimated attendees error validation. This time it's going to check the event name error validation. This time it's going to check an different event name error validation. And this test case has no errors, so it directly goes to reserve an event page, to the end of the reserve an event page, and also put the credit card information, and that's it. The next test case logins and selects view my event summary with a specific date and checks the heading of the table. Later it's going to log in again This time it's going to check the entire table contents first and later selects each one of the event and checks the information which is independent from the DAO functions. So it directly calls the database to check each event information. In the last test case only checks for login and logout, and that's it. Now let us test for admin functions. The first test case will log in as an admin and it will check all the links which are on the home page. So first it went for search user link. This time it checks view profile link and also checks all the data. Later it's going to check the logout link. The second test case will log in as an admin and select search for user and enter one of the last name and check the last name validation. So last name cannot contain any numeric values. So same, search for user and enter the last name. So the last name must be between 3 and 40 characters. This time without a starting capital letter, so that's an error validation. Later it's going to give a correct format of last name, but no such user exists in the database, so this is one of the data usage validation. Later it's going to go for search for user and enter correct username and check all the headings on the list. This time it searches for the same user, but here it checks the table contents which are sorted using last name and then first name and then role. This time it searches for user and selects each user and select view selected user, checks all the information on each page. Later it's just going to log in and log out. This is one of the validation, and that's it. Thank you.